welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today we're going to invite you to a wonderful fundraiser that is for a good cause and is just a ton of fun. It's for the food bank and it's called Tastefully Yours. My guest is Michele Benson. Welcome.
Thank you for having me here today.
This event has just grown and grown, right?
It has. We're so excited. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and I'd like to say more and more fun.
It seems like it, just looking at your list. So tell me when it is, first of all, when and where, and then what's going to go on.
Well, it's Thursday, April 14th at the Hampton Roads Convention Center, and it's a food tasting and craft beer and wine tasting event. So we have about 40 restaurants participating this year.
That is huge.
It is. You know, when you start telling people how large this event is.
Yeah, I can remember years ago it was wonderful and it wasn't anywhere near that big.
Right. Well, it used to be upstairs in the convention hall, and now it's gotten so large we've moved it downstairs into Exhibition Hall C, and it takes us 3 days to set up for the event.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we get in there first thing Tuesday morning and start beautifying the place to match the theme.
So what is the theme this year?
The theme this year is James Bond 007, and if you see it marketed around the region, I love to see, we changed the gun that's normally in the 007 to a bowl, so it looks like a waiter holding a bowl.
Oh, that's
to fit
funny.
our cause more. Yeah, really proud of that.
So what do we do when we walk in the door to this event?
Well, first and foremost, you have fun. But when you walk in, you're going to see, hopefully you're just going to see all kinds of beautiful decor by Premier Events. And when you walk in, you'll see a beautiful garden that's done by Orlando's Landscaping. That is normally to your left. And to the right, we're going to have our giving tree. It's going to be a series of sparkling trees where we're going to hang basically ornaments. They're ornament tags off of it to show ways that you can help the food bank. You know, for $25, you could sponsor a child for the backpack program for a month, or if you wanted to sponsor them all school year, it's $150. And so we're just taking a tree and making it a giving tree to kind of remind people that although the event is a tremendous amount of fun, that we are there for a purpose and that they can help feed hungry children and hungry families around the peninsula.
Okay, so there will be food to sample, there will be music, I'm guessing?
Absolutely. As you continue into the exhibition hall, like I said earlier, there'll be 40 restaurants and they'll be all around the walls of the hall, and each one of them will be providing a sampling of what they have to offer, whether it's a main entree or an appetizer or dessert. Whatever they want to feature is what they're going to have. So there's going to be just a tremendous array of food for everyone to choose from. Excuse me. We're also going to have a live band from 6 to 8. Forte is going to play jazz sounds, and they're really good, and they provide wonderful light music. They're also going to incorporate some of the James Bond theme songs, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so it's going to be fun, and it's just a nice time for people to walk around, be able to talk with friends, enjoy their food, and then at 8 o'clock, Colonial DJs is presenting music, and we're going to have DJ and dancing until 9:30 at the end of the event.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It really is a lot of fun. We just love the decor, and the food is always spectacular. I mean, everybody just raves. The restaurants compete. We do have several categories that they can win prizes in, whether it's best booth presentation, best dessert. There's a few others, People's Choice. It's just a lot of fun. It's a great event, a little competitive between the restaurants, but it's a great atmosphere to bring the community together to help a good cause.
And so let's talk more about that cause. What you at the food bank do. What is the need? Why do we have to have a food bank?
Well, there's a tremendous amount of need on the peninsula. People don't realize that what's called food insecurity, it means that people don't know where they're going to get their next meal, or they don't have enough food to live a normal, healthy lifestyle. And there's almost 74,000 people across the greater peninsula who are defined as food insecure.
That's a really high number. That's so hard to believe.
It is a high number. Now, having said that, I can tell you that last year we served over 152,000 individuals. And so that's children, seniors, families across the greater peninsula that need our assistance. Now, that's not to say that they're coming to us, you know, each month or each week for assistance. On average, they come to us about 9 times a year.
And you serve people directly, but a lot of what you do also is through other agencies or other partners or church pantries or a whole lot of other grassroots groups.
Absolutely. We couldn't do what we do without our partner agencies. Most of them are faith-based organizations, but what they do is we're just not large enough to serve the entire community ourselves.
And it's a hassle for people to get to you.
Right.
It's easy for people in Hampton, but you're a little farther away from some of your audience.
You know, we serve Gloucester and Matthews County, so we have partner agencies that they come to us and acquire the food, and then they take it back out into the community. And so that way people can go to places close to their home. So if transportation's an issue, they don't have to go too far to get the food.
And so part of what, I guess, what we think about when we think of food insecurity is, you know, people who may be having to choose between medication or gas or rent, or who are living close enough to the edge that when that car repair happens and they need the car to get to work, they don't have money for food at that time, or, you know, where they just don't have a cushion.
Right, that's what we find. When I said we help people on average 9 times, it's just very difficult. If you think about living paycheck to paycheck, and if an emergency arises, whether it's having to go to the emergency room or having a car repair like you said, it can be devastating if you're living paycheck to paycheck. And so we just help kind of curb the gap between the time of when, you know, they have to pay those bills that they must pay at that time. Nobody should have to choose between paying an electric bill and feeding their children.
Right.
You have to have electricity, especially during the winter months.
Especially during the winter, and frankly around here during the summer, especially if children have asthma. I mean, it's really hard to be without air conditioning.
And so we help them. They can go ahead and pay their electric bill, but know that we're there to help them through the difficult time.
Okay, so how can we support you at the food bank?
Well, there's all kinds of ways to support us. Getting back to Tastefully Yours, please come. It's $45 a ticket, $55 the day of the event.
So there's a real incentive. I mean, that's big money. That's a big incentive. Not that we don't want to give you the extra $10.
No, understood.
But to plan in advance for you all to know how many people are coming and to get those tickets ahead of time.
Absolutely. $45. You can come by the food bank. You can go by any Bayport Credit Union location and purchase your ticket. Or it's real easy. You can go online at hrfoodbank.org. And that $45 that you spend, for every dollar we get, we can provide 4 meals. So just by buying a ticket, you've provided 180 meals to people in the community. And you're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It really is. It's a great opportunity. And I just want to say we couldn't do this without the support of the community, but also without the support of our sponsors. I'd like to mention 4 in particular. Our grand sponsors this year are Bayport Credit Union, Ferguson, Smithfield Foods, and WM Jordan joined us this year as well. So we're really excited. We need that support from our corporate partners as well.
What we do, and I was going to say, a lot of the restaurants sometimes help support the food bank in other ways as well. If they have, you know, leftover food or extra things that they can give, if not to the food bank, to other food support agencies in our community.
They can. We actually have relationships through Feeding America with some local restaurants where on a weekly basis we're going to the restaurants and getting those perishable foods. They partner with our agencies and they get them directly so that the food can immediately go out into the community because it's already prepared. There's a time limit on prepared food, so we need to get it out quickly. So we have the agencies pick it up just before we know they're going to do a distribution, so it gets out in a safe time. Food safety is of the utmost concern to us, and so we make sure we're following all of the USDA guidelines.
You know, there's a lot of logistics that I think people don't think about like that, or how you stock food and check dates and for, you know, dented cans. And there's a lot of upkeep and hard work that it takes to keep that organized and to get the food moving out where it needs to be.
Yeah, there really is. We always encourage people to come in for tours. We invite everyone in. As the food comes in, we check everything that comes in. It goes through our sorting room where we check all the expiration dates. There are very strict USDA guidelines that we follow. We make sure that we can certainly take dented cans, but we have to make sure that the creases aren't broken or that they're not too dented because then that's a food safety issue. But we go through everything that is donated to us to make sure that it does follow all our food safety guidelines. We recently, back in September, passed an AIB audit, which is the highest standard you can pass for food banking. And we were really proud. We've got a banner hanging in our warehouse because it's a very stringent and rigorous audit that you have to pass, and we pass it with flying colors, so we're really proud of that. But most importantly is obviously people and their, food safety. We never want anyone to get sick, and so we make sure that we do follow everything.
Right, that's wonderful. Now, speaking of all the logistics and hard work that goes into this, if people maybe can't afford to give cash donations, but they might have some time available, you welcome volunteers, right?
We do. We couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. Last year we had over 6,600 volunteers donate over 32,000 hours.
Wow.
And so we have about 35 employees at the food bank, and I think about 6 of them are part-time. So we desperately need volunteers. We need them to come in and help us, like I said, sort the food, help pack bags. Another way that civic groups, churches, schools, individuals can help is by doing food drives. Food and fun drives. We have them collect canned goods and dry goods, but also collect funds, and that way we've kind of combined it because we can do a lot with money, but obviously the food's very important as well to get out into the community. But that's another way that if people just don't, money's tight, they can actually have food drives and invite their friends, family members, or organizations to help.
Yeah, and I'm going to put in just a little plug for that because we did that. We had a party and asked people, you don't need to bring stuff to the party, thank you very much, but bring something for our food bank collection. Because people feel compelled to walk in the door with something when you have a party, and we wanted it to go to folks who needed it.
Well, thank you so much for doing that. And that's true. We actually have a lot of people who do that. And the really cute thing, we're having a lot of kids start to do it. They're starting to say, you know what, Mom, Dad, I have enough. I'd really like to have a birthday party, but let's have people bring canned goods or bring a few donations. Yeah, it's really sweet. And it's so great to see that young people are realizing that they really do have a lot. And they notice that other people don't, and they want to help others. And I think that's just such a strong message for children to learn these days, because if they learn it at that age, they're just going to continue into adulthood.
That's right. That's one of our tasks as parents, is to help them remember the world is bigger than just them.
Right. Very well put.
Okay, well, thank you, Michelle. Is there anything else you want to, let's tell us the date and how to get tickets one more time.
Yeah, I just want to remind people again of Tastefully Yours. It's a fantastic event. It's guaranteed fun. Lots of food, lots of fun, live music, DJ, dancing. It's April 14th at the Hampton Roads Convention Center. Like I said, tickets are $45 in advance. You can go to hrfoodbank.org and order them today.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. I hope you will consider going to Tastefully Yours, and if not, looking for another way through a food drive or through volunteer hours or a donation to support the food bank, which supports so many people right here in our community. Thanks for watching.